Shalom. All praises go to the Most High. Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi double honors unto the elder apostles, a great millstone for the teachings of the scriptures, among other things. Shalom to the sincere Akim across the world. Now, we live in a society where our people speak words. I mean, when I say our people, then I'm talking about the so-called Negros, Latinos, and the others. We speak words and we use words, but a lot of times we don't know what the hell we're talking about. For example, delta. It is another delta form or omicron. You don't know what you're saying. You're just saying, you're just repeating what they're saying, you know? Because black is not a race. Black is a color. White is the absence of color. You know, this is a color. Because I remember back in the school days, they taught me that black is not a color and white is. Meanwhile, white is the absence of color. That's why when you have people that have tattoos, we're not black people, by the way. That's why you have people that have tattoos. You can see it clearly, far better on their skin than on ours. You don't really see it good. You'd be like, what the hell is this? Well, he's a little bit brown. He's a little bit, these are light brown people. Let me see. Very dark skin. You should get the picture. You have all these light brown, kind of dark brown people, but I mean, extremely dark brown. Yeah, can't see it right now. But you get the picture. You have seen dark skinned people. Let me try to find it. Right, I couldn't find really that good, but look at this. You really have to look very long to see what it says right here. You see just a bunch of scribbles. So yeah. So yeah, just leave it at that. So basically, our people don't know what the hell they're talking about. They don't know what they're saying often and a lot of times. But now these are the days that we're waking up. We're not waking up to this. We're not waking up to this, okay? We're not waking up to this so-called woke and all that type of nonsense and stuff like that. We're waking up according to the book of Ezekiel chapter 37. 37, verse 1 until verse 14. This is how we are waking up, right? We're asleep. So it says here on Pharmacia. Well, what does the word pharmacia mean, right? Because, like I said, we're using words and we don't know what the hell we're doing. Pharmacia. A medicine that rids the body of an excess of humors, except blood. Also, treatment with medicine. Theory of treatment with medicine from Old French pharmacia, pharmacie, or pharmacie, or whatever, a purgative around the 1300, circa 1300. This is around the 1400. So that means 1200. And directly from medieval Latin, pharmacia, right? From Greek, pharmakia, also, something like that. A healing or harmful medicine. So it could be healing or a harmful medicine. This is the etymology of words. And what does etymology mean? Etymology means facts or the origin and development of a word, right? Analysis of a word to find its true origin. So basically the origin of the word, true sense of the word, original meaning of the word, where it comes from, what really went down, how it changed, and stuff like that. So it says here from, a healing or poisonous herb, a drug, poisonous potion, magic, dye, raw material, or physical or chemical processing. This is from pharmacias, feminine word of pharmacis, preparing of drugs, a poisoner, a sorcerer. From pharmacon, a drug, a poison, filter, charm, spell, charm. enchantment. Right. And who's the biggest enchantment upon the planet Earth? Enchantmer. Esau. And then you have the one in Revelation to 18 and 20, if I'm correct. Oh yeah, 23, sorry. So sorcery. A sorcerer. And an enchanter. That's Esau. Beaking writes that the original meaning cannot be clearly established, and the word is clearly pre-Greek, so before Greek. If the PH was restored in the 16th century in French, 17th century in English, PH, whatever. It goes into the word venom, so buck. Note words for poison. Note that the word for poison, apart from an inherited group, are in some cases the same as those for drug. So, don't you get your drugs from the drugstore? It's the same word for poison. In addition to the Greek word, he has Latin venom or veninum, poison. Earlier, drug, medical potion, which goes into witchcraft, which goes into magic. Source of the Spanish venone, French venin, English venom. It all has a lot of everything to do with this, a lot of things to do with that. Meaning, the use or administration of drugs is from the circa 1400. The sense of art of or practice of preparing, preserving, and compounding medicines and dispensing them according to prescriptions is from 1650s on up. That the place where the drugs are prepared and dispensed is recorded by 1833. Right, all these words go up in it. Now, okay, so we just read a few words. Now it's here. Revelation chapter 13, verse 23. And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in these Edomites, in Babylon. Modern day Babylon is America. And the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee, because it's party time. A lot of people, when they think of America, they think of party. They think of freedom. They think of being happy. So that's the same thing. That's the same feeling that you get when you are at a wedding. You're happy and everybody, is singing and stuff like that. Not literally singing, but sometimes they are. But, just being happy. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth. Yeah, they have a lot of business. They do a lot of business. For by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. And that also goes into this. Right? And it also goes into almost everything that they do. Their philosophies, their ways. Telling a man and convincing these people that a man is a girl if he feels like it. That's sorcery, man. That's magic. That's witchcraft. Isaiah 47 actually. Isaiah 47 and 12. Stand now with thine enchantments. Yeah, stand with your enchantment then. Huh? Esau. Stick to your witchcraft, right? Let it see if it can help you. And with the multitude of thy sorceries, right? Wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. So since Esau was a baby nation, small, they was always into witchcraft. And this chapter is talking about modern day Babylon. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. Right, because if your sorceries and your enchantments will help you, then hey, you gonna profit with it, right? If so be, thou mayest prevail. So if these things are real, then you're gonna win. By the way, this is I just read verse 12, but this is verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, meaning in confusion. O virgin daughter of Babylon. That's America. Sit on the ground. There is no throne. O daughter of the Chaldeans. Chaldeans were where a bunch of witches were. And America is the daughter of the Chaldeans because they do a lot of things that these witches do, sorcery and stuff like that. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. America is called that tender and delicate place that everybody wants to visit, but no more. Exodus 22:18. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. And what do you need to do? Put them to death. But we don't have that power yet. We are waiting for that power to come, and it will come. Jeremiah 16:16. Let me just type it right here. Jeremiah 16:16. Behold, I will send for many fishes, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them, fishers of men. Speaking the word. The bait is the Bible. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. So all over the world, from every mountain, every hill, and the holes of the rocks, shall they be hunted and chased with a sword. So everywhere they are. The mountains represents governments and hills too, but then it just goes into that everywhere they are. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 5. 4. That thou shalt take this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, how had the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. Right. This is that Proverbs that we're gonna say, like, how did these Edomites get get stopped? The Heavenly Father will stop them. He has appointed his bounds which he cannot pass. The golden city ceased. America is that golden city, the modern day Babylon. Right. This is talking about the ancient Babylon, if you read the chapter in itself, but it is to be applied to the modern day Babylon, because they're the virgin daughter of Babylon, and they are that golden city, because everybody want to go to America, right? Except if you're wise. You don't want to go there. Yahawah had broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, Esau did that. He who ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hinder it. So these Edomites are going to be persecuted soon, and nobody is going to help them. Nobody is going to stop another from putting an Edomite to death, because the World War III is coming. War is coming. All that there. Racism is coming. Hatred is coming. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1 on down. Micah 5:7. Let me start at 10. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahawah, that I will cut off thy horses out of the midst of thee, and I will destroy thy chariots, all their vehicles. The Heavenly Father is going to destroy it. All their power that they have with their tanks and stuff like that, and their F-16s, and all these type of flying helicopter machine power that they have. And I will cut off the city of thy land, and throw down all thy strongholds, which they have all over the world. A stronghold is, they put it in your land, and then a stronghold is a defensive structure, right? And then you have the strongholds, what they're doing with their military and stuff like that. They even put it in their games. As you can see, this game over here. Let me see. What do? They go around and they have military bases and stuff like that. Well, strongholds in other countries, American strongholds. It is what I just read as the definition, but these Edomites also have strongholds within other countries. They also have strongholds within their own countries concerning their defense mechanisms and stuff like that. This is, for example, a stronghold that they hold in another person's country. Let's say they're here and they're making war with the people here. Well, then they will have a stronghold, maybe here, and then they will have another one here, and then they will have another one here, stuff like that. And I will cut off witchcraft and I will cut off witchcraft out of thine hands. So all the magic that you Edomites have, all the sorcery that you have, the Heavenly Father is going to cut that loose from you. No more witchcraft. And thou shalt have no more soothsayers, because that's what they have. Soothsayers are basically a person supposed to be able to foresee the future. You actually had a group that called themselves soothsayers. Nothing but a bunch of witches with that satanic music. Thy graven images also will I cut off. Those are the idols that they worship. And thy standing images. So the ones that are graven, these things. These are graven images made out of wood, cult image. For example, this is a great image too, graven image too. There's also an idol, a demon. This is the top demon up on this planet Earth, by the way. It's far more worse than Satan himself, which is this Baal. The golden calf, the golden heifer. Thy graven images also will I cut off, and thy standing images out of the midst of thee. And thou shalt no more. What? And thou shalt no more work. What the? And thou shalt no more worship. Oh, sorry. I was reading worship, like, And thou shalt no more worship the work. I was getting confused with these two words. And thou shalt no more worship the work of thine hands. Yeah, them statues. And I will pluck up thy groves from out of the midst of thee. So will I destroy thy cities. And the groves are the things that they have in the bushes. But then you have the Bohemian grove, sacred groves, which are where they do their little satanic rituals. But then you have the Bohemian grove, which is also in the forest, where they do their satanic thing. Duister genootschap van de elite. It says dark fellowships of the elite. Dark fellowship of the elite. So even the Dutch people know. Hey, USA. Sorry. En het speelt zich allemaal af voor deze gigantische uil. It says here, and it all plays itself off for this gigantic owl. Gigantic owl, gigantic, whatever. Gigantic. And if you here, of course, you have them hanging people. This was a jig, by the way. Here you have them burning a jig, by the way. So these are the things that they do in the woods. Blood sacrifices, child sacrifices. That's why you have a lot of kidnapped kids and you don't find them ever again. Bohemian Grove. The groves means here, the Bohemian Groves, where they worship demons. Facts and fiction. Right. So concerning this word, 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. We don't lack knowledge, lacking knowledge or awareness in general. We know what it means. We know what you're doing. We're not ignorant to your devices, which goes into their plans, methods, or tricks with a particular aim. Ephesians 6:11, put on the whole armor of Yahawah, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, against his devious or cunning stratagems, tricks. For we have not followed cunningly devised fables, 2 Peter 2:11. Isaiah 33:6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahawah is his treasure. Hosea 4:6, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Proverbs 1:7, the fear of Yahawah is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. So the point is that be very careful of just following after what an Edomite says or does. or teaches. Always double check it. Back in the days, we didn't have teachers like how we have our elder apostles, starting with the elder apostles in America down to the brothers all over the world. We didn't have them to teach us these ways, because what do your parents do? Your parents teach you fables, cunningly devised fables, like searching for Easter eggs. This is what they do. And they hide. Well, my parents never did that, but I have seen other parents do these things to their children, and also to their, also the heathens and stuff like that. They do this. You see, a child is stupid. They don't know this is fun. To them, this is fun. It's all fun. But you're worshiping Satan without you noticing it. Where in the Bible does it say the apostles went around looking for this? Is you see how crazy this actually looks, man? With that mask on, it look even stupider, but it just looks like it. It just looks like it's not supposed to be, man. Look at this. It look innocent as hell, but it's very satanic. They dress them up with the little bunny ears. Oh, look at that little cute little too. Oh, look at little Betty. Oh, whatever. Look at little Lisa. Look at little whatever, man. Oh, look how cute they look. Oh, look how cute. You know what I'm saying? It's not good. But with that, I'm going to say shalom.